Quantum mechanics, the science of the very small, is strange, mysterious, and often mind-bending. But perhaps its most famous idea is also one of the most mind-blowing of all, the many worlds theory. What if every time a decision was made, the universe split? Today we're going to explore how quantum mechanics suggests that each choice we make could spawn a new reality, a parallel universe where different outcomes play out. To understand the many worlds theory, we first need to dive into the core of quantum mechanics itself. Quantum mechanics studies the behavior of particles like electrons and photons, which don't act in predictable ways like the objects we see every day. These particles can exist in multiple states at once, a phenomenon known as superposition. This idea, as strange as it sounds, is central to the theory of parallel universes. A famous thought experiment created by physicist Erwin Schrödinger helps illustrate the concept of superposition. Imagine a cat inside a box with a vial of poison. The poison is set to be released if a radioactive atom decays, but here's the catch: according to quantum mechanics, until we observe the box, the atom can be both decayed and not decayed. This means the cat inside is, in theory, both alive and dead. It's only when we open the box that the cat's fate becomes one or the other. This paradox captures the strangeness of quantum mechanics. In this state of superposition, it's as though two outcomes are happening simultaneously. But how does this relate to parallel universes? In 1957, a physicist named Hugh Everett proposed a radical solution to the paradox of Schrödinger's cat. He suggested that, instead of choosing one outcome when we observe the box, both outcomes happen in separate universes. In one universe, the cat is alive. In another, it's dead. This idea is called the many worlds interpretation, and it's one of the most famous theories in quantum mechanics. The many worlds interpretation suggests that every time a quantum decision is made, the universe splits, creating two or more parallel universes where every possible outcome is real. This means that with every decision you make, no matter how small, a new universe is born where the opposite decision plays out. Let's think about the implications of the many worlds theory. Imagine all of the choices you've made today: what to eat for breakfast, whether to go for a walk or stay inside, whether to watch this video. According to this theory, each of these choices has spawned a new universe. In one universe, you chose cereal over toast. In another, you chose to skip breakfast entirely. It means that there could be countless versions of you, each living a slightly or even drastically different life based on every possible choice. This concept also extends to large-scale events. In one universe, a historical event may have a different outcome entirely. In another, an invention might have never been made. The many worlds interpretation paints a picture of a cosmos filled with endless possibilities, each as real as the next. So, if there are countless parallel universes where every possible outcome is real, why aren't we aware of these other versions of ourselves? The answer lies in what's known as decoherence. According to quantum mechanics, once a system interacts with its environment, the superposition collapses and we only observe one outcome. Each version of us in a parallel universe becomes effectively cut off from the others, unable to interact or communicate across universes. Does this theory hold up? But is the many worlds interpretation a well-accepted theory? Well, it's certainly one of the most discussed, but it's also one of the most debated. While some physicists argue that it's a clean, elegant solution to quantum puzzles, others think it raises more questions than answers. If every quantum event spawns a new universe, this would mean an infinite number of universes, which is difficult to prove or disprove scientifically. What the many worlds theory means for free will. This theory also opens up interesting questions about free will. If every possible choice already exists in a parallel universe, then in some sense, every choice you could ever make has already been made. This implies a sort of inevitability to our actions. Or alternatively, it might mean that free will is simply the experience of traveling down one of many pre-existing paths. Science or science fiction? It's tempting to think of the many worlds theory as science fiction, but in fact, it's based on real scientific principles. While we currently lack the technology to directly observe other universes, quantum mechanics is a rigorously tested field. The many worlds interpretation isn't the only theory that tries to explain quantum mechanics, but it's certainly one of the most popular. Still, until we have more evidence, parallel universes remain a fascinating possibility rather than proven fact. Engagement prompt. So, what do you think? If the many worlds theory is true, there could be countless other versions of you making different choices right now. What decision would you make again if you knew a parallel universe was reflecting the opposite choice? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep exploring the mysteries of parallel universes with us.